Hello, good morning, and welcome to Monday, the 22nd of September. I'd like to pay my respects to the spirits of the land here where it is beautiful and blue skies and got washing on already. So, the eclipse has passed, guys. The eclipse has passed. All right, we're still going to be feeling it, obviously. It does, energy just doesn't turn off, but it does dissipate. All right, so, we're definitely still in that, in that feeling. The moon has changed. The moon is now in Libra. All right, so we do have, so emotionally, we're not so. Good morning, Sean. It's working. How are you? All right. So yeah, like I said, the solar eclipse was at 5:43, and the new moon was at 5:53. All right. So just 10 minutes later. Good morning, Sam. How are you? All right. So there's still a lot of stuff. Good morning, Karen. Hi, Helen. Hi, Louise. All right, so now I'm going to read the words because it was a bit of an essay today, which I just laughed at Mick because, good morning, Susan, because yesterday I had my exam tutorial and I'm just like, I can't write essays. Yet this morning the words just flowed. All right, so the eclipse may have just passed, but the mess that has been left behind still needs to be cleaned up. There is all sorts of work to do today. Now, the sun is now at that kite point at 29 degrees of Virgo, opposing Saturn at 28 and Neptune at 0. All right. So the sun is at that exact midpoint between that Saturn Neptune. All right. So the sun's trying to figure out just what it actually believes while being excited to change by the trines that Uranus and Pluto are forming. So Uranus is like, look within at your thoughts and shift those experiences. And Pluto's like, you need to transform your future potential. And the sun is like weighing it all up because everything's on its plate. 29 degrees of Virgo, all the details are exposed to you. And then it's looking over at that Saturn at 28 of Pisces. What are those foundational beliefs that I still have? All right, because it's not an instant change. All right, and I think at the bottom here I also wrote, take the long-term development over instant gratification, because that instant gratification could be that Neptunian, everything's foggy and hazy, and we're just not quite sure what we're willing to give our time and effort to. All right, so what are you being pushed to do? Which is when I said take, that Saturnian long-term development is much more stable and secure than any of these quick fixes, escapism, any of those things where you're like, oh, I'm just going to do what I've always done. No, we don't have to. Take the time to weigh up and assess all the things that you've got at your disposal. All right, so in addition to this, we also have some chilli flakes with Mars at 29 degrees of Libra, which he doesn't like being in, all right? So he is in detriment, all right? So he's like, for fuck's sake. And he's a bit like a grumbling bear with a sore head, complaining about everything. Now, you should be able to talk to Mars much better after 5:55 when he goes into Scorpio. Yay! So, and even then, he might have a little bit of a hangover because he's got to, just like girls when they get home and they take their bras off and you kick your shoes off. Well, I don't know what Mars is going to do. Grab a beer and I don't know, watch footy. Who knows? he feels way more at home in Scorpio because it's his house. All right. Yeah. Oh, actually, no, it's not windy here, Louise. Good morning, Paulette. Hi, Heather. Hi, Alicia. How are you both? All right. So that's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. But oh my God, the eclipse has gone. All right. The eclipse has popped. The moon is now in Libra. All right. So now we get to. I know, I feel it straight away. Although Mick and I didn't get out of bed this morning. An alarm went off at 6:20 to 8. We got up. It was just like, this just feels like such a different day compared to yesterday. So I hope that it's the same for you as well. I hope you're just feeling just a sigh of relief. All right, so now the sun and the moon, because they're still pretty much in the same place. All right. So they're conjunct Mercury. So, there's still a lot of cognitive sort of, we're figuring shit out. The sun at 29 degrees of Mercury sign. All right. So now, Mercury is in Libra now. All right. So he's much more willing to negotiate. Whereas, so the sun and the moon are having a great conversation. All right. So, like I said, they're opposing the Saturn Neptune. They're trining Uranus Pluto. All right. So they're being pushed to weigh up things. They've got all the details. It's now just making a choice. Good morning, Amy. How are you? But Mars, but Mars is in the corner of the room being very difficult and stubborn and grumbly and shitty. And even though there is a good negotiation happening over in that corner of the room, good morning, Barbara. Mars is putting his prickle in. All right. So he is in conjunct. All right. So he's doing that adjustment required, but he's a shitty old man. And he's making that in conjunct to Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, whilst also being square Pluto and square Pluto and still widely opposing Chiron. All right, so that's just my heads up that there could be some external or extenuating factors that are trying to throw the spanner into the good work that is happening over there. All right. So if this is you entering into a conversation where people are negotiating well, good morning, Auntie Pat. How are you? Then just beware of that little factor over there trying to cause trouble. All right. So I don't know whether that is actually a grumpy old man in your life or whether, I don't know. I can't think of the right term. The devil's advocate. There's always that person that's trying to upset the narrative. So when we're looking at things today, it's not about instant gratification. That is going to get you nowhere. All right. This is all about doing the best thing that is for you, and whether that is a long-term effect or, it's definitely not the easy road. Then take the long road. Take the thing where you're going to develop strength and personality and endurance over I can't be fucked. So yeah, I mean, how many people are feeling better this morning? How many people have got these situations where they're having to sort things out? All right. So again, don't pay attention to the grumpy ass man in the corner of the room putting his 2 cents in because he's got a hangover. No, this is like the world leaders in a room and they're all trying to ignore Trump. You know what I mean? Or they're all trying to ignore that person over there is just instigating rage for people. So you just do you, keep on, keep on assessing, keep on looking at all those old beliefs and conquering them. Oh my God. So many people this weekend that I've spoken to, that have overcome challenges, that have pushed through their own barriers. Even like myself, I was like doing really well with my exam prep, and then I got onto Tessa, and then I felt like I'd failed. I just got on there and I was like, oh. But then by the end of it, I was like, actually, I've got this. All right. Actually, I can do this. I need to, because I felt like I was expressing my authentic worries, all right? And that's okay too. You're not just whinging. You're trying to verbalize what it actually is that you believe. And this is not a bad thing, because when you speak these weird things that you actually believe, like I feel silly, or what is that, what are the words? And then stand back and go, really? Really, do I really believe that? Or, is this really something that is challenging my decision? I don't know. Anyway, again, your experience is your experience. So I'm just happy that eclipse has passed. Mars moving into Scorpio is going to be amazing for so many of us. And the sun, the equinox tomorrow. Love it. I love it. So I don't actually know what time the sun moves. I haven't written that down, but it's at 29. I mean, it's probably going to be around this time tomorrow, because it's at 29:17 or something now. Anyway, that doesn't matter. All right, let's draw a card. We are going to do the Dreamweavers today and see what the Dreamweavers say to us. So I looked at my words on Saturday and I was like, I got the cleaning frenzy. I went from one end of the house to the other, got rid of so much stuff. And look, my antenna is now in the right place. All of my crystals got a dust and new home. I got my feng shui map out, Susan, and I just looked at everything again, and I don't know, it was nice to refresh the energy. So all right, here we go. They were just telling me, hurry up, stop talking. All right. Ooh, if the wild ones come with sticks. Ooh, I like that one. I have no idea what this means. It is card number 12. Let's have a look. Card number 12. All right. Negative self-talk, self-criticism, harsh judgment of self and others, and gossip. Oh my God, that is absolutely the sun at 29 degrees of Virgo with Mars at 29 of Libra. Oh my God, totally. Sometimes we find ourselves behind enemy lines in our own heads. Are you noticing your thoughts being negative and unkind? Do you feel frustration of not being enough, not being perfect, or not getting what you want? You can easily get lost down a rabbit hole of unhappiness, wallowing in negativity and harsh judgment. Harsh judgment of yourself. That then can be projected outwards. There we go. There's Mars being all salty and chilly in the corner of the room. All right. Could you be comparing yourself to others and feeling resentful? Sometimes that relentless ambition that drives you forward also keeps you overly focused on what you don't have and what isn't here yet. So you feel dissatisfied with what is. This energy manifests inside and will show up in the outer world as evidence. Give no energy to negativity. It is not your friend. Now is the time to remove yourself from this destructive energy and focus on loving yourself with radical acceptance and understanding, forgiveness and detachment. Oh my God, that is so Pluto and Uranus trine the sun in Virgo. Amazing. All right. You must avoid harsh judgments of others too. So step away from gossip, ignore the drama and nasty comments you see splashed all over social media, and remember that no one and no situation is perfect. So give yourself and others the space and grace to be human. So if the wild one comes with sticks, let all that negativity go as well. Focus on beautiful aspects of your life. Weave your dream. Call upon the magic of your desires and pay attention to what really matters. Instead of this distraction, you will be so glad that you did, and the universe loves you so much, and you're in the right place. So remember that this too shall pass. Oh, I love that. And Amy says that is 100% the right card. And yes, that is completely summarizes this day up beautifully. Don't let that 29 degrees of Virgo sun and the Mars at 29 degrees be that negative inner critic in your head telling you that you're doing all the things wrong. Because you can flip that and go, well, I can see what needs working on, and I'm going to choose me first. 29 degrees of Virgo. What is the ultimate self-care and change in your routine for the betterment that you can give yourself in this moment? So I love that. You love that too, Barbara. All right. So that is me today, guys. I am home and available. Available if anybody wants a little quick mini reading or something, or just, something to sort of put things back into perspective for yourself. My glasses are reflecting. So yeah, reach out if you need, and if not, have a fabulous day, and I will see you tomorrow for the equinox. Yay! See ya.